right. Good morning and wonderful morning to you, dear listener. It's studio time check says it's 35 minutes past 6 a.m. Today's the 26th day in June of 2025. Can I hear somebody say hallelujah? Because, it's not been an easy month, but we give praise to God, give all glory to God for seeing us to this day. It's just a couple of days until the end of the month. I have been reciting my 30 days as September, April, June, and November, and I know that June has just 30 days, and so we have 4 days till the end of the month. Good morning to you. Thank you for tuning to Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio, your number one family radio in the whole of your state. We're broadcasting live from Wells Broadcasting House along Alafin Avenue, Oliole State, Ibadan. We're broadcasting wholesome content, strictly wholesome content for families, wherever you are in the family, whether you're a child, a teenager, an adult, aged, wherever you are really, we are broadcasting live to you, for you. We want to ensure that we entertain you, we educate you, and we inform you. This show this morning is Perspectives Unlimited, one of the shows on which we inform and educate you. We're taking a look at headlines and stories making the rounds across the different dailies in the country. Some people will say that you have to know something about everything and you have to know everything about something. I hear you say that's impossible, but I'm here to tell you this morning that it's very possible. All you have to do is keep listening to Wells Radio 89.3 FM. Follow us on Facebook. We're live on Facebook at Wells Radio 893 FM fan page. We're also live on YouTube, Wells Radio 89.3 FM. And you can listen to us directly via our website, www.wells radio893.com. You can listen to us via that area. You can also listen to us on Radio Garden, radiogarden.com, onlineradiobox.net as well. My name is Bolanle Oduekun Ayola. We'll take a look at the front pages this morning. On the front page of the Punch newspaper, the lead headline says, "NEC crisis. Makinde block revolts as INEC verdict tears PDP apart." That story is on page 2. The Magum, Saraki back Wike's ally return. Cancel June 30 NEC. Pro-Makinde NWC governors protest. That's on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. Another headline says, ex-generals flag intelligence failure as bandits kill 17 soldiers. That story is on page 2 of the Punch newspaper this morning. These are the few headlines on the front page of the Punch this morning. Whereas on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, the headline says, 2027, we have 110 associations for party registration. That's from INEC. That story is on page 15. PDP crisis gets messier. 5 days to 100th NEC meeting. Acting National Chairman postpones June 30 NEC meeting. Reinstates Anyanwu as National Secretary. 11 NWC members countered the Magum over Anyanwu NEC meeting. That story is on page 3. More headlines. I was never arrested by EFCC over alleged $7.2 billion fraud. That's from the ex-NNPC CFO. That story is on page 25. 17 soldiers killed, 10 others injured in battle with terrorists in Niger. That's from the CDS. Says military deploys 800 special forces to combat insecurity. You find that story on page 5 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper this morning. On the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper, soldiers, bandits in bloody clash in Niger. Many feared dead. That's on pages 3 and 4 of the Daily Trust. More headlines. 5 arrested over death of 2 Kano youths. Okay, that's on page 40. Landmine explosion kills 4, injures 10 in Borno. That's on page 37. PDP chieftain's son shot dead in Kwara. That story is on page 37 of the Daily Trust newspaper. Tinubu to sign tax reform bills today. That's on page 17. More headlines: party registration, ADA obedience among 110 applicants. That's from INEC. That's on page 16. And that's about it this morning on some of those front pages. Of course, we'll take more headlines and that we have seen on the front pages, but we'll definitely discuss matters that are going on in the country. And it's with that I welcome my analyst on the show this morning. I'm not doing it alone because I can't. Mr. Lalika is here to give us factual, analysis on the stories making the rounds this morning. Good morning to you, Mr. Sani.
Good morning, madam.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I mean, we give glory to God. It's a few days to the end of June. I'm really excited for that, at least, if not anything at all. All right. This morning, at least yesterday, there were a series of, how do we put it now, stories that came out. Some from Niger, some from Borno, and just as,
Kwara.
as we're speaking, some from Kwara as well. And this is shortly after what happened in Benue. Shortly after what happened in Benue. Before we go deep down into the story, do you see this as a recurrence that might continue to happen?
Well, unfortunately, it's going to be like that. It didn't just start now. It has been like that for years, and it keeps happening. And, the worst part of it is that there is nothing on the ground right now to suggest that it's not going to happen again. Rather, we are now beginning to use lies to cover for our inefficiencies. And that is going to be a very terrible mistake, because if you want to confront an issue, you must accept and admit that the issue is there. If you are telling yourself a lie that, it's not there, then you are not going to confront it. It's going to keep festering. It appears you have got to that stage, and that is scary.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Sani. Now let's take a look at some of the stories and, what exactly happened in many of them. And we'll start from what happened in, let's start from Niger. Now, this, according to the Daily Trust newspaper, it says many bandits and soldiers are feared dead in a gunfire exchange that happened on Tuesday at Kwanandutse in Mariga, local government area of Niger State. The bandits were said to have attacked the military base at Kwanandutse, a few kilometers away from Bangui, the headquarters of Mariga local government area. The army yesterday confirmed 17 soldiers dead and many others injured in the incident, though locals said the figure could be higher. Sources also said a significant number of the bandits were killed. The chairman of the local government, Abbas Adamu Kaswan Garba, said the attack had heightened the fear in the farming communities in the area. He said, the bandits moved into Niger State from Zamfara State through Mariga local government area, through Dogondawa, and unfortunately, soldiers at Kwanandutse were attacked, but he said the soldiers responded fiercely. So they lost some of the soldiers, and this has created fear among the people. And he then said that it would interest you to know that the bandits passed the night between Monday and Tuesday somewhere near the military base, but unknown to them. So they launched the attack around 11 a.m. on Tuesday. The CDS also spoke yesterday and said that that's Lieutenant Colonel Apollonia Nele, said the attack, prompted a swift military response. They used land and air components to eliminate the bandits. She said their troops engaged about 300 armed bandits, and, basically that they killed a large number of them, but also that their men were also attacked. We're seeing, Mr. Sani, more than civilians being attacked now. We're seeing the bandits getting bolder and, attacking military men at their home front. Let me put it that way, at their home front. What is this we're seeing?
You and I know what is happening. It portends serious danger. Very early yesterday, I got intel from one of my sources that a certain military base was attacked in Niger State, and that at least 20 soldiers were eliminated. That was the initial figure, and it was almost during when it was happening. You can already imagine how yesterday was for me. I was hungry, I was livid, but I didn't know that my hunger could even go higher. Later on in the day, I was going through the dailies and I heard from the spokesperson for the CDS. The lady you mentioned her name. I'm so hungry right now, I don't even want to say her name. And she said, no, that's not what happened. That they got intel that these bad boys were somewhere and they went to attack them. That's the narrative she is painting now, which from what I understand, nothing can be farther from the truth.
Mm.
She said they deployed ground troops and even fighter jets to confront
troops,
these
yes.
people, and that they killed so very many of them.
But they unfortunately lost 17 of their
No,
men.
no. Let's not even go there right now. She said they killed so very many of them, but there is nobody. That rather what they have is blood trail, that they shot a lot of them, that they killed them, that if you go there, you're going to see blood trail of these people retreating into the forests. Can you imagine that type of nonsense? People came to attack you. You should tell the whole world that they caught you on the wrong foot. Rather, you are saying that you were the one who launched an offensive against them. You can count 17 bodies on your own side. But you that launched the attack with ground troops and fighter jets, you cannot see one body. Rather, what you are telling us that if you go further, you're going to see blood trail. You have fighter jets. Can't you use the fighter jets to follow this blood trail to wherever they have to neutralize them? No, that is not what they did. Rather, they are telling us cock and bull, tales by the moonlight, that if you go there, you're going to see plenty blood. I mean, it is going to demoralize those who are still in active service today. Their friends, their colleagues, maybe their brothers are being killed. Instead of telling the whole world that, okay, it was our mistake, we are sorry, we are going to do better next time. Rather, you are using them to take a shine. That, it was you who went after these people, knowing full well that these people actually attacked a military base. I mean, it's going to be demoralizing to the people who are still in service today. It's like they are dancing Makosa on the graves of those boys. And it's wrong. It is terrible. It's something I cannot understand. Nigeria has never been this low. People came to attack you in your base, and rather you are saying that you are the one who went after them. Show us the body of the people. No, you say, no, there is no body, but you will see blood. I mean, how exactly do these people sit down and draft this type of nonsense? I don't get it. It is really, really annoying. That should not be what we should be talking about in this country. There is nobody who is perfect. The frequency is alarming. These people have been attacking military bases for quite some time, so it may be difficult for them to say another of it happened. But it's better to say the truth than to tell yourself lies. Because if you are if you are misleading yourself, you may not have the zeal and energy to go after what you need to do, because you have this false sense of security that you are fine, that you are the one holding the longer hand of the stick, which is not true. I mean, what exactly do you think is going to be going on in the minds of the soldiers who saw what happened to their colleagues, and instead of saying it the way it is, you are saying something totally different? I mean, it's demoralizing. Even me, that I'm hundreds of kilometers away from Nigeria State, it's getting to the wrong side of my body. Now, consider yourself as someone who is on the war front, who saw exactly what happened, and this is what you are reading on the pages of the newspapers. I mean, it's killing. It is killing. The only truth that came out of the mouth of that lady yesterday was that they know where they are. That is very true. Those guys are still there. They are still.
300 people can't have gone far.
They couldn't have disappeared into the ground. They could have disappeared into thin air. They are still there. And instead of mobilizing air troops to go and neutralize them, all what they are saying is that we know where they are. That is why it's difficult for some of us to believe that there is no complicity in what's on the ground.
All right. Now, in Kwara State, gunmen killed 3 people in Mari village, abducted a 12-year-old girl in a Fulani camp in Patigi local government area of Kwara State. And the Kwara State police confirmed these 2 incidents. They said they occurred in the early hours of Wednesday. Additionally, the chairman of the People's Democratic Party in Ladi Ward in Patigi local government area, Alhaji Abdullahi Shehu, and his son Abdullah Mohammed, as well as one Timothy Paul, a resident of the village. Similarly, another 12-year-old girl identified as Hassana Abdullahi was kidnapped at Ayeturu Fulani camp in Lile village in the same Ladi Ward of the local government area. So apparently, the police public relations officer, SP Adetun Ejire Adeyemi, said that confirmed what happened and said that gave a narrative that unknown armed men stormed and attacked the villages, killing 3 persons, and the bodies were certified dead by a medical doctor. Also, in another incident, 4 armed men invaded Ayetoro Fulani camp and abducted a 12-year-old girl, daughter of Mr. Abdullahi Jowuro, and they say that they have been coming and investigating to see how she can be gotten back. This is no longer in the far north. It's now in the north central, very close to the southwestern states. But instead, our people keep condemning the acts of killings.
It's not just Kwara. Kogi is not having it differently. It's the same thing happening in Kogi. And I don't know if you know that terrain very well. Kogi has a boundary with both Ondo and Ekiti State. Kwara has boundary with Ekiti and Oyo State, and even Osun State. That should tell you something. Apart from that, condolences to the families of those who lost their loved ones. I'm looking at it from a different angle.
Okay.
And I hope Nigerians can look at it from that angle as well. The native inhabitants of where these 3 happenings happened yesterday are Fulani people. And they were wiped out. Does that tell the average Nigerian something? It tells you that the people fighting us don't know about ethnicity. They don't know about religion. It's about causing havoc and mayhem wherever they go. It's about time we came together as one and confront this thing in unison. If we keep dividing ourselves, it's a Christian thing, it's a Muslim thing, it's a Fulani thing, it's an Irigwe thing, it's a Berom thing, it's a TV thing, it's an Igede thing, they are going to kill each and every one of us. It's like this popular saying when Adolf Hitler was doing his thing. It started with Jews. Europeans felt like it's not our problem. It's just Jews. When it was done with Jews, it focused on Europeans. The whole world then, US, Canada, Russia, everybody felt like it's a European thing. As of the time they realized that it was a big thing, the world was almost conquered. If not for what happened in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, everybody in the world might have been speaking German today. That is exactly what is happening. Let's come together. Let us ask the right questions. The Chief of Defense Staff said something last week that, in my opinion, should have been sacked at that particular moment when he said that thing. He said, we know what happened. Some people brought these people to Benue State. In his words, they accommodated them, they fed them, and even provided women. Until this very present day, this guy has not been able to arrest one person. That tells you it's all rhetorics to attract sympathy from Nigerians and to further divide us. You can't blame them. It's the people themselves. That is not what the government should be doing. The government should not be interested in the identity of who is doing whatever. It's about saying in white and black, not gray. If you are doing what is right, have a peaceful life. If you are doing what is bad, the government creates turbulence in your life by arresting you and taking you to court. But nothing of such is happening. Rather, it was yesterday that the Inspector General of Police told us that, some people have been arrested, this, that. I am not in the least way interested in that. We all saw what the president said last week. We all heard what the president said last week. He said, why has there not been any arrest? So he may be reacting to that. That's number one. Number two, either that or not, I'm not interested in the case of arresting anybody. What I want to see is you taking that person to court and tell the whole world, this is what this person did. Look at the face of the person. This is what we saw with him. At that particular point in time, we are now going to use our own brain to sift through what is happening. If you are telling us the truth, or it's just, a chase around the light. But nothing of that nature is happening. Now, the madness is coming further down. We also what happened in Kano on Saturday. There was an explosion in Kano. Initially, they told us it was a landmine. Later, they said it's a company that deals in whatever. Later on, they said it was a truck that was going. And the truth of the matter is that 10 people died. 5 or 10 people died in Kano until this very present day. The only thing we know is that it was an explosive that went off.
Yes.
What happened, how it happened, they are not telling us. And you want people to have confidence in such a government? I'm afraid. I'm not a scaremonger, but if you understand what is going on in Nigeria right now, there is no way you're not going to be afraid. The matter keeps getting worse, and nothing tangible is happening from the side of the government.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sani. Now, the Kebbi State Governor, Dr. Nasir Idris, has vowed to crack down on informants aiding criminal gangs. He said during a condolence visit to the Zuru Emirate, during a condolence visit to the Zuru Emirate following deadly attacks by bandits in the Tudorga village of Zuru local government area and Kiabu in Danko Wasagu local government area. The governor condemned the activities of the informants within the communities, warning that the government was considering amending its laws to impose capital punishment or life imprisonment on anyone convicted of aiding banditry. So this is what he said. He said these criminals don't operate in isolation. They rely on local informants who live among us. Now, the power of the people comes in at this point. We've also seen, in time past, not really recent, about like 3 years back, some women being arrested for taking petrol, ammunition, food supplies, medical supplies,
and even their body.
Yes, to these bandits. And, how then, if we have people who are hell-bent on, selling their fellow people, selling information, how best would the government tackle it?
The government should not be talking about, we are thinking about the possibility of amending the law. Amend the law. People who are doing this don't have a conscience, and apart from that, they want to make quick bucks, quick money. But if they understand that the penalty for making quick money at the expense of fellow humans is death, they are going to think twice. Instead of going that route, the governor of that state is talking. Not many people understand what happened in Kebbi. It was something almost as nasty as what happened in Benue State. 2 communities, basically 2 Fulani communities. Maybe that is why it's not getting traction. I'm sorry, but I should say this. You guys too, you are guilty of one thing. When something like this happens, you say Fulani headsman attack a village. Maybe there is no way to spin that narrative knowing full well that it's a Fulani community that you guys are not talking about. I'm talking about journalists generally, not you in particular.
Media.
Yes. That's what some of us have been saying. This is not a Fulani thing. This is not an Igbo thing. This is not Yoruba. No, it's a case of insecurity against Nigeria. That happened and scores of people were killed. Multiple scores of people were killed in both locations. And it's like nothing happened. I'm not a fan of the governor, but, if you are saying the truth, I will say you are saying the truth. If you are not doing well, I'll say it to your face that you are not doing well. Truth be told, some locals are guilty.
Some
locals are guilty.
Okay.
Even in this state. I may not be able to give you the exact location, but it's just a handful of kilometers from here. 2 people were kidnapped. And where they were kidnapped, they were beating them like armed robbers. You can understand how they must have been screaming. And every morning and evening, fowls usually crow in that area. Fowls don't live in the forest. They live in huts where there are human beings.
Mr. Sani, I'll take a pause right there. We'll take a short break.
Absolutely no problem.
To pay some bills, and we'll be right back. Please stay with us.
your child the gift of excellence at Juniors International School, Alafin Avenue, Oluyole Estate, Ibadan. Are you searching for a school where top quality education meets care, love, and safety? A school where skilled professionals ignite young minds in an environment that stimulates learning, creativity, and moral growth? Do you desire a school that offers rich academic curricula designed to prepare your child for local and international examinations, opening doors to future success both within and outside Nigeria? At Juniors International School, we don't just educate, we discover and nurture each child's unique aptitude while molding them into highly productive global citizens driven by godly principles. Join us on the journey of raising tomorrow's leaders. Admission test into pre-nursery to year 5 holds on Friday, 1st August 2025. Venue: Juniors International School, Alafin Avenue, Oluyole Estate, Ibadan. Time: 9 a.m. Admission forms are available online at www.juniorsinternationalschool.com or at the school premises. Juniors International School, Center of Excellence.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The general public is hereby advised to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Verify the licensing status of such schemes on these websites: www.cbn.gov.ng, www.nicom.gov.ng, www.pencom.gov.ng, www.sec.gov.ng, www.fsrcc.gov.ng. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call CBN 0817-665-7060, 0707-338-4828, SEC 0209-462-1168. Announcer, FSRCC.
Our studio time check says it's 3 minutes past 7 a.m. Welcome back to Perspectives Unlimited, coming your way from Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio. We're talking about something before we went on the break, but I'd like you to know that the phone lines are officially open and you can be a part of the conversation this morning. How so? All you have to do is to call the studio lines, okay? Our lines are primed, open, and ready, and you can reach the studio via any of the numbers. We have 0916-893-1000, 0916-893-1000. We also have 0915-333-4893. I'll take that again, 0915-333-4893. And finally, we have 0911-3333. That's 3 in 4 places. 893. I'll take that number again. 0911-3333-893. These are the numbers you can call to be a part of the conversation this morning. I was saying something before the break. You were explaining something.
Yes, not too far from here, people were kidnapped. They were being beaten like armed robbers in the forest. And these people could hear happenings you would expect in a hut. Goats bleating, hens crowing, and not one person came. You can't tell me that the people who were doing that will be comfortable knowing too that there were people who are not involved, just a couple of meters away.
They were hearing.
They were hearing everything. I mean, I want to believe those people were involved, because if they were not involved, they would have found a way to inform the police. So them not informing the police means that, I mean, they were part of the game.
Now that you have said this, Mr. Sani, can we also look to, I mean, this is not the show for it, but just shortly, can we also look to how stressful it is and how uncertain it is to report to security forces in Nigeria? Because you want to report to the police, well, you have to start by having airtime.
No, let me go into it. Number one, not many of the emergency lines are toll free. An overwhelming majority of them are told you must have airtime before you can call.
Yes.
That doesn't make sense to me. That is number one. Number two, sometimes the attitude of the people you are speaking to and eventually call through could be depressing. The person sounds as if you are stressing them. Like, why exactly is this person calling me? This is someone who should know that for every call, there is an emergency somewhere. It's a matter of life and death. It's going to be a case of, hello, how can I help you? I mean, so relaxed, no concern. I mean, that's not good enough. Number two, it's an advanced world. We shouldn't be talking about calling and beginning to explain, what is the situation? Is it fire? You can call. You can have a general toll line. I mean, general emergency number that once you call, without even anybody picking it, they'll ask you if it's fire, press whatever. If it's accident, press whatever. If it's armed robbery, press whatever.
And then they route you to the proper office.
And you talk to that person. The person you should be talking to immediately. Not that you explain yourself to somebody. Okay, let us link you with this person. You now start another drama. I mean, it shouldn't be. It just shouldn't be like that.
All right, let's take this call. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning,
Hello.
sir. Good morning, sir.
Hello.
Good morning, sir. Can you hear us? All right, we lost our call. Please call us back, 0916-893-1000, 0915-333-4893, and 0911-3333-893. Let's take that call. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Okay, good morning, West Radio.
Good morning, sir. Your name and where you're calling from?
All right, good morning, ma. My name is Salami. I'm calling from Awoton. Good morning, Mr. Sonny.
Good morning, sir.
All right, thank you, sir. You see, I'm worried really, because it's concerning to note that the bandits are now taking the battle to the doorstep of our military. I don't even know. It's unthinkable, because we're all in this country. We know the charisma of our security, of military especially. That when you see a soldier coming, you run away. I don't know when these people became so emboldened that they are now having the effort to take the battle right to our military formation. Something is wrong somewhere. And that I did say sometimes ago here that probably Nigeria should be considering handling most of our security issues to the police, because it seems maybe that aspect is still kind of, I don't know, maybe there's a bit of sanity maybe in the police. I don't know, that's number one. Number two, complicity on the part of the locals there too. It's something, yes, another thing. I went to the chief of defense staff that some people harbored them, provided them dealing with women and whatever. Who are those people? I don't think President Tinubu should just please come out of the official and do something about it. Nigeria is now facing so many battles. We have the hunger, joblessness, inflation, no job, nothing, and now insecurity everywhere. And again, let me say this too. It's happening here in the State, but people are not paying attention now. For instance, I'm going to mention this. If you go to Ido, there are some boys, maybe Fulani boys, like 18, 17, 19 years old. They brought their life at the door bus stop. They are smoking them. There's a man that is selling that has a shop there, minerals and whatever. These guys usually hang around him. They are smoking in their head. Everybody just walk up past. Nobody take them serious. Don't even know that their hides are making. And then the traditional ruler that has cow market around that area. So the kind of nothing around them, meals around them, or something. It's danger in Oduekun. So when this is information for Minister Martin to investigate, we should look at that. But we should be less complacent about security in this country.
Thank you so much, Mr. Salami.
Now, they are already in Kwara. Very soon they didn't go or your state. God forbid. Nobody says again. Good morning.
Good morning, and thank you so much, Mr. Salami, for that. 0916-893-1000, 0915-333-4893, and 0911-3333-893. These are the numbers to call to be a part of the conversation this morning. You can also drop your comments on our Facebook Live page, World Radio 893 FM fan page. Now, Mr. San, we're talking about, we said people are complacent, but when we factor the process of reporting to the police in Nigeria today. Hello, good morning, madam. Your name
This is Adirunke from Muslim.
Oh, Adirunke, how are you doing this morning?
The attack on soldiers in Niger State is a sad one. This shows that we are yet to overcome the insecurity we are battling with in the country. Just take a look at the killings in Benue State, that they kill a lot of people then, and yet all we keep hearing from the federal government and security operative is all we keep hearing is just talk, whereas no action is being taken so far, no positive response. So I'm urging the federal government that they just try and put an end to all these insecurity we are facing in the country. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Adirunke. I'm sure that on one of our shows later on we'll talk more about the process of reporting to the police.
If you want to do it over the phone, it's tiring. Trust me, it's worse if you walk into the station because it's no longer a secret. They tell you, you pay for this, you pay for that, and it's about reporting a crime. And it's going to drop something. Okay.
All right, let's take this call. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Good morning to you, sir. Your name and where you're calling from, please. Hello, we can hear you.
What is there is that?
What's your name, sir?
What would they are saying? Any not lie. Just
demonstrate themselves.
Would like to know your name, sir, first off. Hello? All right, please do call us back 0916-893-1000, 0916-893-1000. You can also call 0915-333-4893, and you can call us as well on 0911-33-893. Now, you were saying if you walk into a police station.
Yes, it's worse there because it's about, you pay for this, you pay for that, you pay for this, you pay for that. And even if it's a case of phone theft, they'll ask you pay for tracking.
Apparently, even if you rescue an accident victim and you take them to the hospital and they demand for police report, it's hell on
passing
earth.
Through the eye of a needle, and it shouldn't be. A lot of things that should not be are happening in this country. To this very present day.
So can we just say that these people, some of these people that we say are complicit, they fear for their own lives too?
Not in all cases.
Okay.
The average person will say, I don't want trouble.
The average Nigerian.
Yes, but some people are actually actively involved. They are actively involved. I mean, I have seen countless instances where there was a particular story I was going through. A woman was supplying bullets to bandits. She was getting from one location, controlled by bandits, and she was helping them distribute bullets across town to, other bandits on the other side of the river. And she was not doing it alone. She was even taking her teenage girls to these people, and she was supplying, the ammunition, and even supplying her body and the bodies of her teenage girls. Can you now say that's a case of Mifewala? No. Such a person is as good as a bandit, in my opinion.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Sani. You can still contribute to the conversation. The show ends at about 7:28 a.m. and we won't be able to take calls anymore at that time. So this is the best time to call: 0916 893 1000, 0915 333 4893, and 0911 3333 893. These are the numbers to call to be a part of the conversation this morning. Yesterday, there was a turnaround in will I say the PDP issue and the matters bedeviling the PDP, where we had initially we had the acting chairman, that's Damagum, say, "Oh, it's a bitter pill, but we've decided to reinstate the
Secretary.
yes, Anyanwu, because there's so many matters that need to be attended to in the party, and we cannot just keep dilly-dallying." And even more than that, they cancelled the June 13 NEC, which everybody was probably looking forward to actually settle these same issues. Now, later on yesterday, around, I think around 7, we then got information that, oh no, 11 NWC members, some party chieftains have said never. This NEC meeting must hold on June 30, one of which is our own governor, Governor Shea Makinde. They actually call it the Makinde's camp. Okay, let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Yes, your name and where you're calling from, please.
My name is George. I'm calling you from Oduekun.
You're welcome, Mr. George.
Yeah. This issue of insecurity and killings, all along, we have been talking about it, and we have been giving the warning that we see it as if it is far away. When you're talking about Benue, Katsina, and all the rest of it. Now we are now talking of Niger and Kwara. Is it not coming towards us now? What are the people doing in order to secure these areas so that this thing will not spread down to the southwest here? Innocent lives are being lost. When I heard yesterday that 17 soldiers were killed, to kill 17 soldiers, we wonder if they have not killed even more civilians before getting to those soldiers. Because those people, they don't pity anybody. Like I said yesterday, one Fulani man posted that if you kill one of his cows, he will kill 200 persons. We are having a really big problem with this issue of insecurity. The government should please do something quick. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. George, for this. Now we're talking about the PDP issue, and so they have come out to say, you know what, we don't agree. Number one, we don't agree that Anyanwu should be restated, and number two, we want our NEC meeting because it's the party's 100th National Executive Committee meeting. We want that to also go as planned. And in contrast, the allies of the Minister of the FCT have also said, okay, let's take this call. Hello, good morning. All right, we lost that call. Do call us back, 0916-893-1000, 0915-333-4893, and 0911-3333-893. And so those on the side of the FCT minister have said, oh, well, we're okay with Anyawu's reinstatement and a postponement of the NEC meeting.
The minister himself was even throwing jabs at Damagum, their longer friends. After Damagum said that Anyanwu will now be reinstated, Wike said, who are you to reinstate Anyanwu, all of that? Let's go into the story. I have two bodies to blame for what's happening here. Number one is the Supreme Court. Number two is INEC. I said it last week. Wike is building. Okay.
Let's take this call, please. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, the beautiful little woman.
Good morning, sir. You're welcome.
Thank you. My name is Gringa Mario. Good morning, sir, Mr. Sonny.
Morning, sir.
Let me first start from that PDP issue. See, PDP is in crisis as we speak. And I doubt if there's going to ever be a savior that's going to save the PDP from the mess they found themselves. Because there is a saying in Yoruba that Oju Tuama
Banikale.
Banikale, thank you. Konita Ross Shepin. That means the eyes that we used to see in the middle of the night, it should not be having issues in the morning. So the thing is, PDP is, let me say, is sinking. And I doubt if there will be a kind of an ability for them to come back. Because this is not the PDP that we used to know. That's number one. And I want to force Mr. Sonny on his remark on the killings of soldiers in Niger State. The reason why I said I want to force him is this. Fighting a war is something that civilians because we civilians know nothing about. It is he who wears the shoes that knows where it is. We do watch films. We see, even if you hear a sound, if armed robbers, if they are robbing a particular area, if you hear their sound, even the fear that will come to your mind will be like, wow. Now talk of soldiers that will be going there to confront those bandits, holding a live bullet, holding what is even much more sophisticated than what the AK-47 that the military are holding. And the hearing of a bullet alone, it's so fierce. So some of those soldiers that were being killed, it is not in their wish that they should be killed. Let me give you an example. When Benue issue happened some few weeks ago, do you know what happened? When terrorists got to Benue State, to Dayewata, they went to attack those police division that was there. And while they were trying to fire at those policemen in that division, other bandits went through another route to divert the attention of those policemen. So in that wise, how do you expect the police officers to know that there are some other bandits that will come into that route?
So Mr. Mario, are you making a case? Are you making a case for the police?
No, I'm not making a case. I'm just trying to to make a kind of to bring a kind of an eye opener to the issue.
So why people are not saying anything?
You said?
You're trying to explain why people are not, maybe why people are not saying anything.
No. What Mr. Sonny said then was that the soldiers they were not maybe somehow active enough to tackle the bandit. That was why they were being killed. And I was trying to explain how the thing was, because I'm much more closer to the military. I know what they went through, even in the eyes of war. Do you understand? So I'm not making case for them. I'm just trying to bring a kind of eye opener on the issue. So I'm using this medium to appeal to our president to please let's have many more military intake. So because we are having lesser 20 military officers are killed yesterday. So we are having lesser hands to combat those terrorists. So let's have more of an new intake that will contain the excesses of this banditry. So that's my take this morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mario.
I'm struggling to understand what Mr. Mario said, but let's go.
A part of what Mr. Mario said, was what we're trying to discuss earlier on, which I said is probably not the conversation for this show, on why people, don't come out. But he also spoke about the military. But away from that, let's talk about
the PDP. The truth of the matter is that, according to the Supreme Court, party leadership, party offices are not issues to take to court. I don't agree with that. And they did that specifically about Labour Party. In my opinion, it was about throwing fire into the camp of the Labour Party. But a judicial pronouncement coming from the Supreme Court is something that is sweeping. Now there is controversy as regards who is secretary of the PDP or who is not the secretary of the PDP. And INEC is saying that it must be one particular person. After the Supreme Court has said that the party is at liberty to choose whoever they want to be.
But we've had something like this happen in the Labour Party.
Yes, when it was the case of the Labour Party, we all knew how the story ended. It was in favor of those who want to destabilize the Labour Party. But now, as regards the PDP, it's about keeping a particular person who is a destabilizer within the PDP. And at that particular point in time, the PDP cannot do anything about him. That is not making sense to me. Let's now go to INEC. INEC said it loud and clear that it must be one person. After the Supreme Court, I said it can be anybody. Why is that so? We all know that Sam Hanyanwu and Wiki are very close friends. Wiki says it everywhere he goes that Anyanwu is his buddy, like he's his paddy. Why exactly is INEC saying this? INEC is saying this because Wike is, in my opinion, illegally using FCTA money to build a headquarters for INEC. I said legally because it is in the constitution that nobody funds INEC. INEC gets money directly from the Consolidated Revenue Fund. But now, somebody heading a tier of government, someone who has pledged allegiance to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu come 2027, is using money that should have been used to build schools and hospitals in Abuja to build a new headquarters for INEC. At that point, whose side do you think INEC is going to be on? We all can see what's happening. Now let's talk about the PDP and the actors in the PDP. A certain governor joined the G5 the last time. Right now, it's his biggest mistake. But for me, he has not even seen anything. He should see more. When you opened your eyes to sell your father's house, the day you become homeless, you should not scream. You joined a gang of people who have no conscience to sell your father's house. And now you are now screaming that by me. Who's going to listen to you? Now he has learned his lesson. He is running from pillar to post to salvage the party, not because of the party, but because he wants to become president. But it is too late for him. In fact, I want them to drag him through more mud that he can learn, and people may use him to learn.
Now, the PDP is one of the oldest parties, right now.
It is the oldest party.
Yes.
It was the first party. After the PDP came the ANPP, then the AD.
Yes.
That was in 1998.
Are we seeing a restructuring? Because, there was conversation about the PDP joining a coalition, and they said, no, we're not interested in joining a coalition. Are we seeing, a wave or a time coming when this party may not be very viable in Nigerian politics anymore?
Very viable, okay. Very. It's only a matter of days before the PDP enters into the ground. We are the wake-keep of the PDP right now. We didn't take the PDP to the burial ground. Some people, including some governors, took the PDP to the burial ground. And we as spectators, we are only mourning for the party. That is it. It's the truth. The party
Do you
is
think
dead.
that the party can make a comeback?
I'm not God, and I don't know tomorrow. But as far as I'm concerned, the party is dead. As regards confronting the current party, the APC, come 2027, I'm only looking towards the coalition. That is where something tangible may come out from. But from the PDP is gone. And it's not that the PDP is gone intentionally. Those who are in the ruling party today used some people within the PDP to suffocate the PDP. Now the PDP is dead, and they're now crying out, bye. No.
All right, let's take some comments from our Facebook page as we gradually wrap up the show this morning. Okay. Adewumi Kazim Adeka says, good morning, well done from New Garage. Thank you so much. T-Money, Adebayo Timule T-Money says, T-Money Baba from Iyano Fatikbe Academy. You're welcome. And Sulaiman Sharif says, good morning and kudos to everyone in the studio. Anyanwu, that is working for APC, is coming back to be your secretary, someone who is supporting Wike. No reasonable person will accept it. Supreme Court pronounced that the crisis in PDP is their internal affairs to be resolved by them. I'm still surprised that the PDP cannot muster up the courage to remove Senator Sam Anyanwu for the party to reorganize and strategize for the 2027 election. All right.
That person is looking at it the way I looked at it, and that's the truth of the matter.
All right. We also have information that President Bola Tinubu will today sign into law 4 tax reform bills that will transform Nigeria's fiscal and revenue framework. Mr. Sani, you have some silver. We don't have so much time. We don't have time at all.
My fear is that we may see alphabet in Nigeria. It may not come in the name of alphabet, but it's going to be. When this particular character became governor of Lagos State, all revenues accruing to Lagos State were now channeled through one source. And, along that source, something was injected into it called Alphabeta, a company that deducts a certain percentage from what Lagos State makes. Now imagine the scale at the national level. That is why they are saying all monies coming to the pocket of Nigeria must come in through one source.
All right. The federal government has also, through the NDLEA, raised the alarm over the rising trend of drug abuse in Nigeria, especially among young people. Many young people are taking recreational drugs.
If we do not kill 3 things, those 3 things will kill us. Number 1, recreational drugs. Number 2, cultism. Number 3, internet fraud.
Those 3 things. Parents, guardians, teachers, please be aware. Ignorance is not an excuse. That's it on Perspectives Unlimited. Thank you so much, Mr. Sani.
It is also an honor to be
A
here.
big thank you to everyone who called. My name is Bolanle Oduekun. Ayola, the sports crew, is on ground, ready to give you the latest, the freshest, and the best stories in the world of sports. So don't go anywhere. Please stay tuned. Please listen to this important